Hi guys, we're back. It's been a long time. It's actually been 18 months.
It has. 18 months ago, we were in Morocco, Marrakesh, just dropped my friend Angela off at the airport, went back to the Airbnb to sort things out, and something made me do a check. I have no idea why. Probably haven't done one for 10 years, which is very bad, but I did, and I found a lump. We thought, nah, it'd just be a cyst. So we went to a campsite for a couple of days, debunked, had a chat. Tom had just come to the top of a waiting list for his hernia op anyway. So we made the decision to cut Morocco short and head home. We did stop and do Todra Gorge, Meknes, Fairs and a few things, but we did them quickly, much quicker than we wanted to.
And I haven't done the videos yet either for them because we rushed home.
We rushed home and then we got home. We made it home in about 2 weeks, didn't we? Got home. Managed to get an appointment at the doctor's quite quickly, got the appointment, got a quick referral, was seen at the hospital 13 days later, biopsies, blah, 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 and it was confirmed I had stage 2, grade 3 breast cancer, invasive ductal carcinoma, estrogen, progesterone negative and HER2 positive for those that know. So that was mid-May, wasn't it? 13th of May, I actually officially got told. And the 12th of June, I started chemo. I did 6 rounds of chemo. I'm trying to remember the name of it, TCHP or something. It took me through till the end of September. I cold capped, again, for those that are interested, which is why my hair has grown back really thick, whereas a lot of people it goes quite thin afterwards, but yes, it's very thick.
You didn't even lose all your hair. It went very thin. And I think there's a picture that's coming up in a minute of your hair when it was really, your handfuls were coming out like this.
It was great big clumps, and I lost it all across the top here. But the bit they don't tell you is it doesn't all fall out at once. So I didn't shave my head. I kept it there so I had a little bit and I could do a little comb over and cover it up until it got too thin.
A bit like one of those 1960s comics, wasn't it?
It was a bit. But I did start wearing scarves also because it was then going into winter and my head was really cold. But it was too thin. But the bit they don't tell you is it falls out in sections. I think I lost all of it, but it took about 6 months. So it carries on falling out for 3 months after you finish chemo. So it finished falling out around about January, and that's actually when I cut my hair short. I went to the hairdresser. She did her best. I didn't like it. So in the end, because it was shorter on one side than the other, it was weird. So we took the clippers to it, and I did grade 8. And it's now October and this is the result, and can't wait for it to grow a bit longer. Yeah. Anyway, so finished that in September. I had surgery in November and I was lucky enough to just need a lumpectomy, and they took 2 lymph nodes away. They were clear, thank goodness. And also my chemo had been really successful and I had what they call complete pathological response. There was not a cancer cell left alive. The tumour was completely dead, which was such a relief. I still went ahead and had radiotherapy after that just to make sure they do that to make sure, sort of like a belts and braces to make sure it doesn't come back. And then I also was having Phesgo injections, which went down to Herceptin injections, which is every 3 weeks. It's an injection in your leg. So I finished that in July.
In July, yeah.
And ever since then, it's just been a case of getting myself strong again and getting over it. It's quite a journey. It takes it out of you a lot more than you think.
It takes it out of the family an awful lot more than it takes it out of you.
Yeah, I mean, most of chemo time, I can't remember anything. People say they came to see me. I don't remember. I was out of it. I think my chemo journey was really good in the fact that I was nauseous, but I was never sick. My brain's blocked most of it out, so that's not too bad. But I was very lucky.
You weren't lactose intolerant. Even the smell of milk and you'd be in the loo.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
But, you know, it's that or death, isn't it? So.
Oh, yeah, completely. And there are some side effects that I'm still dealing with now. I've got lymphedema, that kind of thing. But it's better than the alternative. Mine was really aggressive. So I'm still in my 40s, and if I hadn't found the lump, they reckon I wouldn't have made it to my 50th birthday. So, which is when you're in your 50s in the UK, is when you start getting invited to go and have mammograms. So check yourselves. For goodness sakes, check yourselves. And a lot of women have said to me, but I don't know, I'm really lumpy anyway. But it's get to know those lumps, and if a lump changes, that's the thing. I could feel it, and it was about that big.
I think you knew when you sat in the hotel. You just knew.
Yeah.
You felt yourself and went, that's not right.
That's cancer.
Even though there's lumps and bumps all over you, you know it's not right. So if you know it's not right, you go to the doctor.
Yep.
And tell them you know it's not right.
Yep. So when I went into the hospital, the doctor examined me, and he still sent me for a mammogram, an ultrasound, and a biopsy on the same day. But he knew, even before he'd seen the results, he knew from feeling it that it was cancer. He didn't tell me that day, but he said, "You've caught it early. We can get this treated." And it wasn't until a week later that I was told it was actually cancer. But they know. So, and the NHS is good in that if a GP thinks there's a problem, you've got a 2-week pathway, and they will get you.
We have done. I mean, you hear horror stories. Some people just have a nightmare time. The NHS endorse it. Has been
fantastic.
incredible.
Yeah.
Our surgery was incredible. We were lucky. We were incredibly fortunate the whole way through.
But every member of staff in the NHS are brilliant. They're so caring. They look after you. And it is, once you're in the cancer system, it's amazing. I'm still in the system for another 4 years. So if I got any problems, anything I'm not sure about, straight back in there, straight checking me. Like I said, I've got some side effects that I'm still been referred for. I've been referred to dermatology for something, but it's nothing major. But I'm in the system, so that's good. But the thing is, the thing with cancers, or a lot of cancers, is catching them early. So check yourselves and don't think, oh, I don't want to know about that, and put it off. Go and get it dealt with. I would say I was upset that I got cancer this early in my life, but also I think I'm quite grateful that I have, because I'm young enough and strong enough to fight it. There was a lot of people in the chemo ward that were in their 60s, 70s, some in their 80s, and they looked an awful lot worse than I did.
They looked tired, didn't they?
Yeah,
Tired.
so I'm grateful for that. I'm really grateful for my family. We debunked at my mum's. We stayed there for the whole time, and my mum, bless her, she just gave us that space. We didn't have to worry, obviously, about bills, household bills, didn't have to worry about working. We could just be who we were, and
you could just look after yourself and
yep.
fight it.
Yeah, and that's all I did was rest and
So
get over it. But we're back and we're travelling again.
So that's where the last 18 months have gone. If you want statistics, Claire's got them, and I will maybe just put them in the comments below. Number of people who's seen her breasts, number of injections, number of appointments at the hospital. She's got a spreadsheet. She's a bit funny
it's
like
how
that.
I dealt with it. I do like a spreadsheet. I do like data.
So I'll stick that in the comments below, because I don't want to bore you with it now. Anyway, we're back. We're back travelling. We left on the 2nd of October.
Yep.
We spent 3 or 4 days just chilling. We didn't pick up a camera. We didn't do anything. No. So the next video you'll see after this is a wine festival in Germany called Brauback. Brauback, yeah. So that's going to be the next video coming next week.
You'll have to bear with us because it's been so long since we picked up a camera. First time Tom pointed the camera at me, I went,
what are we doing?
I don't know what to do.
So the next few videos are going to be quite dreadful, but stick with us, follow us, like us, all that sort of stuff. We are actually heading to Turkey, Georgia, Azerbaijan and Armenia.
Yep.
We are currently sat in Hungary and it is raining.
But the last 3 days have been beautiful. We've had our first freezing cold night where the inside of the van went down to just over 1 degree overnight. So that was chilly. So that's getting us used to it, because I think Georgia's going to be about -10 during the day, I think. Choosing to do this in the winter is probably not the wisest, but...
So anyway, we're probably boring you. That's where we've been for the last 18 months. If you have any information, or if you want any more information or questions, put it in the comments. Claire will reply to you. Like I say, we're on our way to Turkey, Georgia, Azerbaijan and Armenia. Click on the like, the subscribe and all that. We now do Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Claire started TikTok. So follow us on all of those. Do the likes. They're all that malarkey. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.